Okay, guys, we are live. Sudhanshu, you there? I'm going to send you the link of the YouTube channel. So we'll wait for some time so that everybody joins. Sudhanshu, you're muted, I guess. Okay. Now people have started coming. Till then, we'll wait for 1 minute and then we will start. Okay, Sudhanshu, people have started joining. You can see the message. You're muted, Sudhanshu. Unmute yourself.
Okay, yeah, Chris.
Okay, perfect. Okay, hello, Sarthak Tiwari. Hello, Kishan. Hello, Pankaj. Hello, Akash. Hello, mech engineer here, planning to make a career in data science. So I think this session will be pretty much interesting for you all. So guys, hit like so that I come to know that you have joined. Say, please keep on hitting like, and yes, we'll introduce you the candidate to whom we are taking the virtual interview today. And I hope you all will learn a lot. Hello, guys. Hello. Good evening. Yes. So yes. Okay, guys. I would like to welcome Uday with us. He is making a recent transition towards data science. He's from mechanical engineering domain. I hope Uday, I'm telling it right. You can also unmute yourself. You know. Um, and I and Sudhanshu will be taking his live virtual interview. So live virtual interview was stopped for many days, but again we have come back, and probably every week 2 live sessions will be there with respect to other people. So keep on hitting like for Uday, and Uday, let's start. Let's start
Yeah,
Sudhanshu. I think after many days we are starting this. So Uday, you can introduce about yourself, and then we'll probably start the interview itself. Right?
yes, I am Uday Roysada, and it's been 4.5 years I'm working in this data science domain. And recently, I interacted with Krish sir and Sudhanshu sir. So even they wanted some of the mechanical engineering guys, so that a barrier we will break, that any non-technical person will not be a data scientist. So even I thought it's a very good opportunity, so that I'll come here and try to represent that particular section as well. Uh, that from non-tech background also you can be a data scientist, and you can do very well in this particular field. So and I want to talk about Krishna and Sudhanshu sir. So Krishna is with his lectures and all, I think it's 800 lectures he has made for the data science community. So even whenever we are working in the corporate, and many of my friends as well who are in this field for so many years, we are referring his videos if we get stuck somewhere. So thanks for all those things, and you're approaching 3 lakh subscribers. So many congratulations. I think it's the #1 channel in data science in India, and I hope it will become as big as it's one of the biggest in the world. So you're doing a wonderful job, Fisher. Thank you.
Thank you,
And
Uday. Thank you.
for iNeuron, I'll say Sudhanshu sir is an innovator. So he has left his job, and he's making us proud in the field of AI, because we always keep listening from years, even when we are working in the companies from years. So we are always listening that in AI, somebody XYZ from XYZ country is a pioneer. So I think iNeuron is one of the best startups in the field of AI, and he'll make us proud. I've met the team. I have the fortune of meeting the team as well. So his team is awesome. I think iNeuron, they make awesome products. So we are vocal for local, and whatever products you are into, sir, we wanted to promote and all those things into, and you're into academic skill development as well. So kudos to both you all, both of you, and I'm here to help my young friends जो यहाँ पे हैं. कुछ छोटे शहर से भी होंगे, मैं भी एक छोटे शहर से था यार, तो हिंदी और इंग्लिश में हम कोशिश करेंगे बात करने की, तो उन लोगों को भी हेल्प हो जाए. मैं कोशिश करूँगा मैं आंसर कर पाऊँ कुछ चीज़ें, बिकॉज ये दोनों एक डेडली कॉम्बिनेशन है, एवरीबडी नोज. आई थिंक वन इज क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो एंड अदर वन इज मेसी. किससे बचोगे आप? सो but yeah, I learned a lot of things from these two. So I'm here कि थोड़ा बहुत मैं भी contribute कर पाऊँ ऐसे लोगों को जो कोशिश कर रहे होंगे कुछ समय से आने के लिए. Yeah, this is all.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
so
fine.
thank you for this appreciation, but it doesn't mean that we are not going to ask tough questions. Right? So, we are not going to leave our natural habit, right? And for sure, we'll try to follow that and we'll ask as tough question as possible, right? Depends upon your resume, right? And depends upon your skills that you have shown. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sudhanshu, if you have his resume, you can also share the screen whenever we are asking anything. That would also be good, so that the audience will be able to see. And I think Uday, you are from mechanical background, right? Mechanical.
Yes, I'm from mechanical background. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Okay, let's go ahead. Yes, Sudhanshu, go ahead, please.
Okay, yeah. So Uday, can you please talk about your first of all a domain in which you are working, and how AI is relevant in your domain, how you are trying to implement this AI into your domain, so that we can get a glimpse of it, and accordingly so we can try to ask questions. So make sure that whatever things you are going to say, right? So you can get question from there, and yeah, so everything should make sense, right? So whatever project that you are going to explain. So yeah, please start.
Yeah. So I've been working in this domain for past 4.5 years, and some of my domains in which I have worked includes finance domain and manufacturing domain and heavy machinery domain. So because I'm into mechanical engineering and automobile and all, these type of sectors are also using this type of techniques a lot, in AI techniques a lot. So that's why I got into data science. So I'm a mechanical engineer. Yes, I'm a mechanical. So I learned coding a lot and all those things, Python a lot in this one. So my project was, if I can just give an outline of the project. So in the heavy machinery sector, जो भी heavy machinery sector है, so उसमें एक बहुत बड़ी problem होती है sir. In general, I'm talking. So I'm not giving the specific name of the client and all. So उसमें बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती है कि पार्ट्स खराब हो जाते हैं, कई बार रिपेयर करना पड़ता है, कई बार रिफर्बिश करना पड़ता है, कई बार रिप्लेस करना पड़ता है, एंड दैट इज अ ह्यूज टास्क इन दिस पर्टिकुलर डोमेन. बिकॉज अगर एक मशीन साइट पे खड़ी हो जाती है, सो मैनी ऑफ द वर्कफोर्स कीप वेटिंग, तो वो एक सारी कॉस्ट कंपनी पे चली जाती है. देन because my company is from US, so if a machine is not working, means you need to import a machine. और अगर पोर्ट में है मशीन, तो then you need to take care of the logistic, custom clearance, क्योंकि एक बार कस्टम मतलब निकलती है मशीन तो उसकी कॉस्टिंग बढ़ जाती है, फिर उसको सेल करना इज अ टास्क. तो people try to keep all those things in the custom as well, वो क्लियर नहीं करते हैं. तो अगर मशीन रुक गई तो ये सारी चीजें बिगड़ जाती हैं, लॉजिस्टिक गेट अफेक्टेड, ऑल जो भी लोग हैं वो कॉस्टिंग बढ़ जाती है. सो दिस वाज वन ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम्स इन दिस पर्टिकुलर हैवी मशीनरी सेक्टर which we were facing. So with data science we are trying to solve all these problems, because we can solve all those things. So we have interacted with the client based on the domain. I was from mechanical, so that was again a plus point for us. So we interacted with the client and we try to understand all these problems. We are also aware of some of the problems. We have suggested them some of the problems. So based on that, based on these problems, we have made a classification sort of a model in which we are trying to classify whatever things he has told us regarding repairing, regarding all those things, and the data set which we were accumulating from different resources. Many vendors are also giving data regarding the many things, many features. So we were receiving data from multiple. So preparing the data set, deriving the data set was there, and all sort of things. So data pre-processing steps, and we're trying to build.
Okay, Uday. Okay, fine. So now let's start in this way, right? So you were you were talking about basically use cases of a manufacturing industry, right?
Yes.
And you were talking about a heavy machinery, right?
Yes.
So first of all, let's talk about your data set, right? So whenever you are saying that you were trying to prepare a data set, right, and then you were trying to do some sort of AI on top of that, right? So what kind of a data points that you were receiving from a particular machinery or from a particular system, and then what kind of stuff that you have like a handle over here with respect to a data set, what kind of a randomness you have seen inside a data set, so and what kind of a attribute that you have handled. So can you please take a name, a specific name over there, so that we'll be able to understand like your like a use cases in a better way, right? And it will help us to understand your business expertise as well.
So there were some of the features for the rod, which was one of the problem which will get broken because of the torque was one of the features. Torque was there. Wear and tear was one of the features. Oiling and all, greasing and all was one of the features. So again, the flywheel and all, the rods ho gaya, and then there was a locator as well. So locator was something like you locate these rods and all. You locate things with a locator because you need to be seeing what are the obstacles present inside this drilling, because these are underground buildings. So these all features were there, sir. And apart from deriving features, so sometimes we have derived the speed, sometimes we have derived torque based on different domain and different expectations of the client. So we have derived some new features as well. So these were some of the things. And
Okay,
actually, these
Uday,
are
just tell me one thing, like how were you planning to actually collect all this kind of data from the machines?
so actually there were some IoT sensors which has been installed in which are being installed in this one in the machines, and they were reporting. I mean, they were giving all the thing which is what is the where and all the they were giving different dimensions. So IoT sensors were there, and yeah, based on that we were receiving the
What was the frequency of those sensors in short, like how frequently the data was coming?
per hourly there was data for generated for IoT devices. So per hour, and we have encountered a scheduler as well. Cron scheduler we have used there. So that will schedule all those things and accumulate all the data, and yeah, based on that, these were the resources, and some of the features you can say we are receiving from the vendor. So we are concatenating them in the after the pre-processing steps.
Okay, so basically, like what you are trying to find out. So let's suppose if you have built a model, right? So basically, like with the help of that model, so what final use cases you are trying to solve? So what is the business impact, on the top of the model that your AI solution that you have built?
So actually, this mechanical industry, machinery industry it depends a lot on about the after sales.
Okay.
So the domain we are working, so repairing, servicing is a big part. If I conclude, so 40%, the 60% of the business remains in this one, like a servicing or repairing, replacement of parts and inventory and all those sort of stuff. So we were managing all those things, and based on all these, I mean, let's say we have sensors. From sensors, we were getting reports of each and everything which is prone to which is prone to getting repaired and all sort of things. So based on that, we were classifying that which part need repairing or which parts will need like a replacement, so that our machine will not get stuck. So we have built a model on. We have tried different algorithms. So random forest work very well. So we have used a random forest for that classification purpose, because even because of different things we have used this one, and this was the use case we are trying to do so.
Okay, fine. So what is the what is the like kind of a revenue your client was able to save, or what was the final outcome that client was able to get out of this one?
So
Any
first of
idea?
all, yes, sir. First of all, around 20 to 25% of the revenue they were saving because of their machine is not getting stuck. The other thing is there is something like as a mouth publicity as well. So if machines doesn't perform well, so sales and all will be affected. So I think, and I already told you that domain is 60% with servicing and all those stuff. If you're not able to sell, the service is the after approach. I think it's after sales approach. You're not able to do sales, so 60. I mean, it's a big impact, around 60-65% impact it has on the revenue, indirectly or indirectly. This is the
Okay, and okay, fine. So apart from this, so what and all like a project you have done there?
uh, so one of this one, again based on the soil conditions for this particular client, because soil conditions, weather conditions play an important role. So we were receiving, I mean, I told you we were receiving some of the data regarding the conditions, and based on that, we were trying to pick and choose which machine to use. Again, uh, we all know that machinery company, if you talk about any of the machine, they are built of, there are different models, different purposes, even in the any of the industries in regarding with machines. So there are different models we use for different use cases. So in my particular domain, so these type of factors were there, which was very important, because again, if if you're not able to pick and choose the right set of machines, again these all things will be piled up. These all problems will be generated. So first of all, after sales thing we have covered with that one, and I mean, not to make errors, we have made one model in which we are trying to pick and choose machine which you wanted to use, which will be successful in the particular soil conditions and different conditions.
Okay, so like longevity as well as like which machine you are supposed to use in which field based on the soil condition.
Yeah.
So this is what like you were trying to suggest, right? Based out of your like model. Okay, fine with
Yes.
that. So like
Sudhanshu,
apart
just a second. Regarding that same thing, what was the pipeline that you followed to collect the live stream data? From IoT devices. You can explain
Uh,
that.
yeah, from the IoT devices, there is we have used a AWS Kinesis there, so the data will be accumulated there. So as soon as it will get accumulated, we are segregating the data, because there may be a good data and there can be a there. I mean, there are chances of the data is not good for the algorithm, or it's not good. So yeah, we were segregating or validating that one. So bad data will go to the validation team, and based on that they'll take some, and the good data again will get into the databases. Like we were following the database which we are using in this one was SQL database. So this data was getting stored in this one. Apart, I already told you, apart one hour there was a scheduler there. So based on that we are collecting the data, and from SQL we are just pulling out the data and performing our steps.
Uday, I think your voice is breaking. Can you just check once? Sudhanshu, are you able to hear Uday?
no,
Hello,
I
now?
think there is some issue with his connectivity. I think.
Yep.
I think he's back now. Yeah. Uday, am I audible?
Am I audible?
Yeah, Uday, you're audible. Yeah.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
yeah.
you are
Okay,
audible.
okay.
Okay. Okay, fine with that. So, like, see, machine learning is fine, right? Apart from that, so do you have any understanding about the deep learning and NLP part?
Yes, sir. Deep learning and even NLP, we are trying to build a use case. I mean, we are trying to solve a use case, and for this particular company as well, only we are trying to solve based on the emails which we are getting, and based on the different surveys when these machines go for servicing and all, we try to pick and choose a form. I mean, this company was filling forms and all. So
Okay.
based on the email conversations and all, we are trying to build some NLP solutions as well there.
Okay.
And
So in
even
NLP, so whenever you are talking about NLP, right? So like, are you using a conventional like a ML model, or you are trying to use some state of the art model, some state of the art technology over there? So which one you are using?
I mean, we have just done with all the cleanings and also sort of, but yeah, we will use a transfer learning, because transfer learning models perform well, and it's just a new dimension to NLP. But yeah, I'll try to use ML models as well, I think, because yeah, we need to try each and everything. So, and again, we'll try to use some of the state of the art models as well, which perform better, and I think we've been trained on bigger data sets like whole Wikipedia and all.
Okay,
So
so
will
okay, fine. So you are talking about now like a state of the art model. So you are saying that you are going to use it. So what I'm assuming is like you have a understanding about all of those things. So can you please talk about like a transformer model? So can you please talk about little bit about like a architecture part or whatever that you know. So from transformers.
sir, transformers, I mean, transformers I can talk on. So transformers consist of like
If you
a
would like to
decoder,
open that,
encoder, and a decoder.
yeah. So Uday, so if you would like to open up Google or something, right? So just feel free to like open it up. I don't have any kind of a issue. Yeah. But I'm looking for a very clear explanation about transformer.
No, sir, I don't need Google. I think I can attempt on. I know all the procedures in transformers. So,
Okay.
sir, as soon as let's say as soon as the data text data we are talking about, right? So as soon as we fed the data into any of the things, so in transformer we try to embed the data along with some positional encodings, and the initial step was to embed the data, to vectorize the data, and then just after that a layer of these transformers are there, which comprises of a forward neural network, and which comprises of a forward neural network, and again a encoder part. I mean, this transformer is based out of an encoder and a decoder, right? So we're talking about the encoder part. So in one of the layers of encoder we try to embed that one, and again after embedding the data it will try to generate keys, it will try to generate queries, keys, and values for for that particular embeddings, and based on that it will try to generate all the weights as well for keys, and for queries, keys, and values it will try to randomize the weights as well, different individually for each and every embeddings. Then afterwards it will try to multiply the value which we are having from the queries and the keys. So it will try to multiply those values, and after that it will go to the softmax function. After
Okay.
that it will go to the softmax function, and then again it will multiply the values which is been left. So softmax function is a probabilistic function that will again give you a probability on different it will try to check, pick and choose the probability based on I mean the whole total is one, so it will try to pick and choose all the probability. So again after, and then it will multiply it to the values, to values, and then again this is the explanation of all the encoder layer. And again this type of encoder layers were present in different stacks, like in different models you can use different sort of encoders. And after all these things, after all this product which I have told, which is the encoder part, it will go to the decoder part,
Okay.
and then again from the decoder it will try get to the neural network again. It will go to, I mean, some of the feedback it will try to skip, because we have already done a lot of things in the encoder side, so we don't want again it to go to a layer and again try to learn, and that will again be a huge burden on the model as well. Again, it was a big model transformer. So it will try to skip some of the connections and randomize the data as well, and the computational complexity again become very less in that one. And some of the data it will mask as well. So masking again, it's a concept we can use in GPT-2 in text generation and all. Masking is used and all. So it will try to use this masking as well in between, and it will again give us in the decoder side. It will try to give us the output, and again it will try to learn, and again try to propagate and try to learn, and the feedback of the output it will go to the input of the decoder. So again, to understand the context is very important. Understand the context in NLP is very important, because every word has different meaning when it is being said in a different way. So understanding the context was very important. So from the output layer again it will go to the input of the decoder, and this positional embeddings which we are using the encoder part, that will again help out with the positioning of this one. So this is the this is the architecture and stack of what transformers do in the encoder side, in the decoder side.
Okay, Uday, I just have one
And yeah,
question.
based on
Just a simple question. Uh, like, suppose you solved whatever problem statement you are actually saying about wear and tear, and getting to know that when you want to uh, understand that when to reservice that particular machine. What all machine learning algorithm did you try, or deep learning algorithm did you try, and how did you decide that which machine learning or deep learning algorithm was best? Probably it should be a
Okay,
classification
Chris,
problem.
can we wrap up first of all transformer part as he was talking about transformer? Can I ask some question?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, yeah, Uday.
I
So
thought you were not having any question after this one, but yeah,
no, for
better.
sure I will be having question on transformer. How I can leave this opportunity?
Yes, sir. Sure.
So first of all, Uday, just tell me, right? You were talking about okay. So first of all, like transformer, right? You were talking about transformer, and like you talked about a layer. You talked about I'll say key queries and values, and then you talked about a multiplication. You talked about positional encoding, right? So this is something that you have discussed, right? So just tell me one thing. So can you please suggest me where for what kind of use cases I will be able to use transformer? So can you please name couple of use cases clearly?
Uh, yes, I mean, you can use this one for, sentiment analysis. You can use this one
Okay.
for understanding, for text generation. Again, some models are here, so you can use for machine
Okay.
translation. Again, you can use. I think there
Okay.
are many use cases in which we can use this transfer learning.
Okay, fine. So again, can I say that BERT is also a transformer based model?
Yes, for sure. It's a transformer based model.
But okay, fine. So BERT is a transformer based model, and well, I think you heard of you know that inside a BERT, so we are just going to use the encoder stack, right?
Yes.
Okay, so why we are just using an encoder stack, Uday, inside a BERT? Because we know that generally what happens is inside a transformer, so you will be able to find out a encoder stack as well as decoder stack, right? So encoder stack, this is what we know generally, right? So
Yes.
encoder stack will be responsible for taking an input, and stack will be like a responsible for giving us the output. This is what we know in general layman way. This is what we understand. Now, so inside a bot, so we are just using an encoder stack. Then how we are receiving a like a outcome out of this bot, and why we are not using a decoder stack? So any clue, any idea?
Yes, sir. Actually, it's a very good question because even I was thinking of this one. So, but the researchers, so based on the researchers, they will try different architectures. This is like the hit and trial thing for them as well. So, I think they might have think about just using an encoder along with a fully connected layer and a softmax function without using a decoder. Whether what how it will perform, and based on that, I think BERT has performed better. And when they have used encoder, all the encoder stack along with it's just like in the decoder part as well, we were using a fully connected layer along with a softmax function.
Okay.
So there you tried the same thing in the encoder as well. So it was working very well. So based on that, we have this particular model BERT,
So
which is
in
the
an
encoder
outer
layer.
layer, so in an outer layer, so you are saying that for the output, like instead of using a decoder, so they must be using some just a normal output function, right? Softmax or some other function they are using, which is like behaving like output function, right? This is what you're
Yes,
trying to suggest.
yes, yes,
If I'm able to understand you correctly, right?
yes.
Okay, fine. Fine with that. So it's fine. Now, so have you so whenever you used to build some of the use cases or something, right? So are you going to train a bot model do a transfer learning on top of the bot model, or like how you proceed generally? Like how do you prepare the data set? You can just use any of the simple use cases, any of the tasks that bot can perform, and maybe you can try to make me understand these things.
Uh, Sir, so there is both the thing which is available. You can do a custom training as well. If you have a data set, which is, BERT has all the documentation they have already released. So if you see it, we are also aware of that because of based on the architecture. So we have different use cases. So if the use cases is not present inside a BERT, so for sure we'll do some sort of customization. Again, option is there. We have a config option. In BERT we have a pre-trained option as well. So we have all the options available. So yeah, one cannot say that we'll use whole pre-training will do all the things, or little bit of customization based on the task will for sure we need to do, or under the data pre-processing, because BERT do tokenization as well.
Okay.
So yeah, BERT, I mean
Do
there
you
are,
know, like, okay, so you, when you're saying, talking about what a bot do tokenization,
yeah.
so do you have any idea, like, what kind of a logic that bot uses internally for a tokenization? As you talked about the tokenization, right? I'm just curious to know if you have idea about that or not.
Yes, sir. I mean, for tokenizing or vectorizing, this is just like this is just like using a neural networks to understand the weights. I mean, vectorization is something to understand the relations, and BERT has this thing inside. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not a. Uh, and we have the pre-trained model. So we have a pre-trained model, like we have different. We can do in different. We can adopt for different strategies. But yeah, if you're using a BERT model, so BERT tokenization, because it would be relevant to what BERT is.
No, no, so I'm just talking about like a mechanism. See, like it's fine, but like we all know that like a bot can do tokenization. That
Yeah,
is fine. What so you will be able to generate embeddings out of the bot. That is fine,
yeah.
right? But how bot is trying to handle these things internally? So I'm talking about that. So if you have any idea about those things, specific
Uh,
idea, like have you looked into a bot a raw implementation, like how bot try to handle this kind of a things, how it is going to generate a tokens for your like a text or word or like whatever that you are going to give as an input?
yes, I've seen the repo. Even I was trying to debug the code. There was a I mean, the whole function is written there. So I've seen it, but yeah, because we were doing it, we are just starting with NLP, so I didn't get a chance of doing.
Can you please tell me a difference between GPT-2 and BERT?
So the basic differences will be GPT-2 is a decoder-based model, and BERT is an encoder-based model.
Okay.
Masking and all techniques we use in GPT-2.
Are we
I
not
mean,
using it in BERT?
no, we are using it BERT as well, but we are using it a lot more in GPT-2, because I mean, both of them having different use cases. So GPT-2 works well with generating text sort of a thing, or
Okay.
whenever you are trying to predict in WhatsApp or Gmail. So predicting the next word or a sentence. So GPT-2 can be has its applications there, and BERT has applications I already told you. So yeah, these are two major differences. It's a decoder based and encoder based, and the applications and some of the internal things.
Okay, so what is your perspective about a computer vision, like Uday? So, what and all things that you know, like in terms of a computer vision, or in terms of deep learning, let's say, like, but yeah, let's talk about computer vision part, right? So, as you were talking about, like this one ski connection, you were talking about basically, I'll say NLP models, right? So, I'm just curious to know, so how good you are with computer vision. So, can you please name a couple of algorithms and that, like what and all use cases that you have solved, maybe out of curiosity or maybe inside your company?
Uh, so yeah, I mean, some of the models I can name, like for classification of the images, different images.
Classification, forget about classification. Like it's a basic one. So let's talk about something different.
So VGG16 model, I
It's a
know.
classification one, right?
Yeah, it's a classification. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking for something else. Like I'm not looking for classification. We used to talk about a lot in terms of classification. So can you please talk about something different?
Yeah. Sir, there are many things present, but I didn't explore little bit. I know, not
Which one?
explored.
Which one?
I mean, for vision point of view, sir, there are many things which are present, but I didn't make use of
Object
that.
detection, tracking, segmentation. So, do you have any idea about detection, tracking, segmentations, these things?
Yeah, yeah, I know about these things, but I never built one. But yeah, I know what objection detection, little bit techniques I know.
Okay, so what and all like frameworks that you have used, models that you have used in object detection? Just name the model. I will be fine with that.
Okay, so some there is TF4D is one of the models.
Is it a
TensorFlow,
model?
it's for object detection. TF4D.
Is it a model?
Sir, model you're asking, okay.
Yeah, I'm
So,
talking about model actually.
sir, various models are present in this model zoo, TensorFlow model zoo, various models are present there. So yeah,
No, just
there is a,
models are present. That is fine. That those are the pre-trained model, right? Those are basically
yeah,
like a pre-trained model which is given to you for doing a transfer learning, right? That is fine. I'm not
yeah.
talking about that model Jew, right? Forget about model Jew. So let's talk about let's talk about the algorithm part, right? I'm more interested into algorithm part. So let's talk about that. So what an all algorithm that you know in terms of object detection?
Yeah, algorithms are different, like fast RCNN is there, faster RCNN is there, RCNN is there,
Okay.
SSD is there.
Okay.
Yeah, I know about this, I know the architecture as well, but I never worked on vision that much, so I'm not. But I know the algorithm little. This I know.
Okay, fine. Chris, over to you. So now you can.
Oh, finally. Okay.
He was waiting for his.
No, no. So, well, you have said many things like, RCNN, you should go with faster. Then you have SSD, then you have a YOLO, V1, V2, V3. So many such object detection model are there. Now, again, you should also try that.
Yeah.
So that will always be helpful for you all. TFOD is just like a framework. So for the object detection. So that is what is the difference. Sudhanshu, the way he asks the question, usually some type of surprise he'll try to bring. So, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Let's come to some other discussion. Mostly Sudhanshu has discussed about advanced deep learning techniques, right? Now, my question is that what do you think? What was the kind of retraining approach that you came up with, or how did you decide your model? Which whether like for your use case, you did not tell whether you applied machine learning or deep learning algorithms, and how did you decide? And what are like? Did you compare with various models and then you come to a conclusion, or what steps did you take? And also explain about the retraining approach that probably you may have thought of.
Sir, we have tried different algorithms. Those were all classifications, and so yeah, classification problem we are dealing with. So we have tried different algorithms, and the best result we have got with the random forest. So we have pick and choose random forest for this one. And the other question was,
You tried with XGBoost, you're saying?
uh, so it was not performing well with XGBoost. I We didn't try it. We go with random forest.
What about ANN? Did you try with ANN?
Uh, no, sir, we didn't try it with ANN because we were getting good results in by
What do you
using this
what do you
with
mean
ML
by good
algorithm.
results? What do you mean by good results?
Sir, whenever we are prepared, I mean, the master data was prepared whenever we had a discussion with the client. So we were able to fulfill that particular accuracy. So,
The
I
client
mean,
had given,
the
the client had
domain
told you that okay,
based
this
on
much.
that, we have decided that this is
Okay,
performing
fine
good.
with that. Let's talk about your retraining approach, right? So have you heard of this retraining approach?
I
Yes,
think
sir.
Uday?
We have already used this. Hello, am I
Yeah.
audible?
yeah.
So Uday, so have you heard of like a retraining approach? Any
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
retraining approach?
yeah. I mean, we are working in from 4.5 years. So yeah, for sure we have used this retraining in our model. So yeah,
Okay.
the retraining approach which we finalized based on the discussion with all the client and all the experts as well. So yeah, uh, let's say whatever model results we are having, right, we are sending those all the results, we are sharing some of the results with whatever mechanic or things, and based on that we are trying to validate. So yeah, I mean, whatever team the client is having, so we are trying to share feedback of whatever output which we are which we are getting in our
Okay.
algorithm.
Uday, when you are doing in this way, right? Like suppose I have trained my model with 1 million data. Okay. For the next month, I got some more 50,000 or 60,000 more records. Now, if you're planning for retraining approach, what you're doing in this case? Are you combining all the data set and doing retraining completely, or you're just adding that 50,000 records and doing some additional training? And in what technique did you do this kind of training? That is what I want to know.
Sir, I didn't get the question, sir. Your voice got broken between.
Sudhanshu, can you hear me?
Yeah, Chris, I can hear you. I think there
Uh,
is some issue from his end in terms of connectivity.
do you want to repeat the question, Sudhanshu?
You
What
can
I
repeat. It's fine. So you can
Yeah.
take this opportunity. I don't
So,
have any.
Uday, suppose I'm saying that you have probably have 1 million records and you have done the training of your model. Okay. Then after that, in the upcoming month, you got 50,000 more records. Okay. Now you want to plan the retraining approach. So what did you do? Did you combine the whole record and retrain your whole model from scratch, or did you just do some continuous learning on top of that with the only 50,000 records?
So based on the feedback which we got, we'll try to pick and choose it, because if we because I mean because the data, I'll ask about the team about the data which is getting, I mean, which is not performing better. So we'll take that particular data, we'll try to track that particular data which was not performing well,
Okay. Yes. So
and
you
we'll
got
try to
somewhere around
concatenate that particular one with the new one.
So
We'll concatenate.
you concatenated with the previous data and you completely did the retraining for 1,050,000 records.
No, not like that. So let's say if our model is not performing well for
Okay.
certain set of things, so for that only this retraining will be
So
there.
that what is the approach for doing that kind of retraining?
So we try to take those particular data sets in which we are not performing well with. We have a team for that who will be interacting with the client. So we'll try to validate that particular data, because there can be a possibility as well that
No,
we
no,
are
I
not getting.
understood. I understood you had some data which was not performing well. I want to know the approach of retraining. How did you follow? What approach did you follow? I'm not talking about the data. You got the data. You
Yeah,
have the data.
yeah.
What is the retraining approach I'm saying?
Sir, we'll made. I mean, what we have used in our case, as we have built that the algorithm for that particular sets of data, and then again we tried that with the new 50,000 data, which this
So,
is what we have used.
so if you try that only with the 50,000 record data, the previous weight will go off or it will remain like that only.
No,
If
sir.
you, yeah, yeah,
No. I mean, we'll have checkpointings and all for that one. Yeah,
you have the checkpoints you're saying.
yeah.
No, I think Uday is
Uh,
trying to talk about the feedback based retraining approach.
No, no, I'm just simply asking. I think Sudhanshu, you got the question right. What I'm trying to ask. I just want my additional 50,000 data as a continuous learning instead of if he just takes the 50,000 record and if he trains it, he has to do it completely from scratch. So I wanted to know that specific approach of that.
Okay.
That is what is my question, Uday. I'll
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
you what are the questions. Yeah, Uday, answer.
Can you think of like some sort of a new approach, some idea? Because as you have learned like a machine learning, deep learning, NLP, and all sort of things, right? So just can you just try to think of some kind of approach, maybe some layman kind of approach. So let's suppose if I'll give you like as Chris will give you, basically not me.
Yeah.
So if Chris will give you new 50,000 data, right? And you already have a model, right? So on top of on top of some data set, you have already built the model. So same like a set of data. So if he is going to give you new data 50,000, so what will be your approach? How you are going to retrain your model in that case? What you will do? So see, my requirement is very simple. I don't want to burn my like a computation power again, right? So just for the whole data 50,000 plus a previous data, right, on which you have already developed a model, I don't want to burn my resources, right? It is going to cost me for sure, right? So in that case, what kind of a things you can provide, what kind of a solution you can provide, and you can share my like a cost in terms of retraining and time as well.
Uh, I mean, sir, we'll train data on the new data set, and along with that particular data which was not doing well, this is what we have used.
No, but you train with a new data set, right?
Yeah.
How you are going to train with a new data set? You have created a model, right?
Yeah.
Then
On that one
how
only, sir. On that model only, we are. I mean, for this 50,000, we are not doing that one. We are using the same model on this one, no, sir. We have already
how
built
how
it.
you are going to do
So
that?
on this
How you are going to make this model retrainable?
uh, Sir, we have used this checkpointing methods, and yeah, we have a stack of developers as well. So those were also there to support on that.
Did you try checkpointing in machine learning algorithms anytime? Did you ever try checkpointing in random forest?
No, sir. That much of data we are not dealing with, so I didn't try.
Okay, fine. Just Uday, tell me one thing logically, right? So let's suppose, okay, so although like you have not done this checkpointing things and all those things, right, from the previous model, let's suppose logically, right? So I have a model, means I have a weight of the model, let's suppose, right? Build on the previous data set, and then I'm trying to like take another 50,000, which is a new data set, right? So completely new data set for this particular model. Attributes are same, right? Attributes are same, but yeah, it's a new data set out of like for that particular use case itself. Now, so if I'm going to retrain the model, right? So is it going to retain a behavior of a previous model, or it will get diversified completely from the behavior of the previous model? So what do you think, like how it is going to happen, how it is going to behave on a previous data set? Suppose I have trained my model on a new data set, right? How it is going to behave on a previous data set? So is it possible to give me a surety that, okay, it is going to perform well on a previous data set as well as on a new data set? This is my question. Are you able to understand this question?
Yes, sir. I mean,
Again, I'll let me iterate myself again, right? So see, my question is very simple. I have a new data set, right? You have already built a model on the old data set, right? Let's suppose somehow, hypothetically, right? Somehow you have trained a model on a new data set, right? So now for sure training means like you are going to change the behavior of the data. For sure you are going to change the weight of the model, right? Weight of the model you have changed. Now, so is it going to retain a nature of a previous, is it going to showcase some kind of like a similarity or some kind of a outcome? Is it am I going to get from the previous data set? Now if I'm going to test a new model with a previous data set, so will I be able to get exact and accurate result, or is it going to perform just on the new data set? What is your thought?
sir, I think it will perform. I think it will perform well on the previous one as well.
Okay, why? What is the reason behind that?
Little bit deviation will be there. Little bit deviation will be there, but because the features are similar and we have a validation team, the data is coming from validation as well. So probably there might be. I mean, there might be the variance cannot be that much high because we have a team that is validating the data. So I think it can perform a little bit up and down. Sorry, down. It can be a little bit down because we are talking about retraining. So anyways, it will be down, but not too much, I think.
Okay,
because we have a team working.
but I won't agree with you, like Uday, in this thing, because when weight will be changed, right? So for sure, like your model will be. This is the meaning of a training, right? So for sure, I have a. Let's suppose I have a X vector, I have a Y vector. Suppose if I'm trying to include a new data set, and then if I'm trying to train it, so now you can't even guarantee me that it will go in this direction or that direction. It can go in some other dimension as well, right? This is what happens because we are changing what we are ultimately changing a weight. So I don't think that you will be able to give me a surety that it will be able to perform well on a previous data set when you have already changed the weight. For example, in transfer learning, what we do, so we try to like pass our data set, we try to train it, so we try to modify a weight, right? So the only thing that we are trying to do is, so instead of starting from the scratch, from the random weights, so we are trying to take some of the known weights, right, known feature, and then we are trying to like update those features, right? Those weights, feature weight we are trying to update, right? This is the only thing, but I don't think that I will be able to get some surety. Yeah, this is what I think. Again, so
yes, sir. I mean, yeah, you're working in the domain from past so many times, so yeah, that might be the case. Even Krish sir is so senior, so there might be a case, but yeah, even I was thinking like differently. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, Sudhanshu, it's almost 1 hour, but as said, Uday, now we will leave you. Now it will be a normal discussion. Now, as said that non-technical domain.
बच गया मैं Ronaldo से.
No, it's okay. So it's just for your benefit. Okay, we are just asking you questions. Tomorrow in your interview, you may get any kind of questions. Probably at that time you'll remember Now you have handled us in front of so many people, so many people are messaging, right? So you'll be much more comfortable tomorrow if you're attending any kind of new sessions
मेरे
or
मेरे यंग फ्रेंड्स क्या कह रहे हैं चैट में, ठीक लगा, मैंने आप लोगों के लिए ही कोशिश की है कि यार मैं कोशिश करूं आप लोगों को भी कुछ जो थोड़ा
Uday,
बहुत मुझे
Uday,
आता है,
audience
पूरा तो नहीं
audience
आता.
audience are those they are both they you have to speak in English because there are also people from foreign countries who are actually seeing
Okay.
this,
So
so
I'm
please
asking
make sure that
I'm asking my young friends that I've done it for you. I try to answer whatever best capabilities I have in data science. I mean, in front of these two guys, we are nothing. So we are nothing. But yeah, we just tried. So what is the feedback, guys? If you can spam on
Okay,
chat.
but before that, so like Uday, do you have any idea about this one reinforcement learning?
Yes, sir. I mean, I know what is
Not just a definition. I'm talking about algorithm, not just a definition.
no, sir. That is one of the areas in which I aspire to go in reinforcement learning. Because again, in automobile sector.
Next time, make sure that you prepare for reinforcement learning, and then we'll take your interview on reinforcement learning.
Yes, sir.
Just for reinforcement.
Yes, sir. I wish to go in that domain because in automobile self-driven cars, reinforcement learning is they are using it a lot. So yeah, I wish to. I'm trying to learn that. I'm trying.
okay. Now it's coming to the mechanical domain or any domain. What do you think? As I say, that data science is a technique that can be applied in any domain, and by today's project, whatever you have discussed, you have told that yes, it is possible. Would you like to say anything for the non-technical people or people who are not from non-programming background? Is it possible or not? Like how you have made a transition, so you can talk about that.
First of all, I can share what I did that works for me many years back. What because first of all, you should be not having any sort of a fear while learning any new things. First of all, we non-technical people have a lot of fear. So from day one, I tried to assume myself as a data scientist when I was preparing. So don't have the fear of learning new things. These things are not easy. I must say so. You should give it a chance. Probably you can find it difficult to understand these concepts in 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, a week time. But yeah, if you are doing continuous efforts, so you'll be easily able to do this, I think. And so don't ever consider yourself as a non-technical, but yeah, it will require effort. So you can always try to, I mean, there are multiple things. You have Fisher's channel is here. I think iNeuron has an academic section. You have books as well. So you don't expect each and everything from Krish sir or Sudhanshu sir or some other sir. You have a number of sources available. Read
No,
blogs
it's
or
fine,
read
Uday.
some
It's
books.
fine. It's fine. So people will get.
So yeah, this type of things can help out. So
Yeah.
and domain knowledge is very important. You can use AI in each and every domain. So whatever domain you are in, so be good on that domain. And yeah, you can implement AI in. I think they are, now so they are using in each and every domain. iNeuron is also doing it in, I think, each and every domain. So anybody can do it. So that is very important to learn about domain and not having fear of new topics. Yeah, this work for me.
Okay. So thank you, Uday.
Okay.
Anything? Yeah.
No,
Go
no.
on.
So like Uday, so like just tell me one thing, right? So like what is your plan for like next 5 years? So how do you see like data science, or what is your like a thought process? What do you think that you will be able to build? What do you think advancement inside the data science? So what is your thought about that?
Uh, Sir, I think AI will rule for many years. I think AI will will rule for many years. So I didn't plan for such long. I don't plan for such long years. But yeah, I wanted to learn as far as possible in AI because people are doing like a neural link. Sir, Fish sir made a video on neural link. So people are doing lots and lots of things. So I wish to learn as far as possible because it's like an ocean. So I wish to learn data science as far as possible and probably develop some products as well because as well and different domains like augmented reality. Also, we can combine it with data science. So different technologies I love to understand and learn. So and let's see what we can do well. If you are learning well for 5 years, I think we'll do good in 5 years.
Okay, great.
Uday, anything you want to tell about our host Sudhanshu Kumar? Finally, because he'll be now regularly be seen in our channel.
It's fine. It's fine. So like
Uh,
we can discuss about these things maybe like after some session.
Eh,
So
no, but yeah,
let's talk about Uday these things like offline. Yeah. So we'll discuss. We'll discuss offline.
whatever you guys are doing for data science, you're giving it back with a big heart, because I mean, you are sharing whatever knowledge you are having, whatever you guys are doing. I'm very sure. I mean, I am a big fan of PM Modi. So his agenda of a new India, skill development, employment, and all those sort of things, I think you guys are taking it forward. And with iNeuron coming, like startups like these things, and educator like Krish sir is here. So we are in good hands, and I want to see. I mean, I want to see India in AI doing very well. So you guys are doing wonderful. So
Thank you.
that's all.
Okay, Sudhanshu, any closing statement uh, before closing the session?
Yeah, so like Uday is good, and like he said, so he has made a transition from mechanical domain, right? So which is sometime just because of our mindset, stop us to get into these things. But we know that like there is an application for sure, and if guys like you are not coming forward, if you guys are not going to implement something, so for sure in that way it will be difficult to bring AI into a mechanical manufacturing area, right? For sure. So yeah, this is courage is important, right? So this decision is important, very much important. And yeah, so just because of that decision, so you are able to make a transition, and we are hoping for the best. So we are assuming that you will keep on exploring, keep on building things, keep on learning new things, and for sure, so in a future I'm assuming that you will do something big, right? Because yeah, so if you have a courage, I think you can do it, right? This is what I believe. So yeah, so it was like a good Uday, so interacting with you. What I think is you have a good understanding about things, but at the same point of a time, what I feel is you should look into a topic in a little bit depth, right? You have a good reasoning capability, I'll say, right? So you are able to correlate things. This will be my feedback, right? So and again, so you are able to learn as well as you are able to implement those things in your domain. That is like fine. But yeah, so in-depth knowledge is sometimes very much important, right? In and out, because maybe it will not help you out in your current project, current organization, true, right? It's not like if we have like a in-depth knowledge, so it always works, right? So we can always use it. But no, in future, maybe sometime in your life, so it can help you out, and maybe it can return you in a big manner, right? So yeah, this is the only feedback from my side. I think it was a little bit long, right?
No, it was great, sir. It was great. So we'll try to. We are continuously learning day by day. So yeah, we
Yeah.
are trying to improve. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Uday, one last thing from my side is that yes, the reason I took this interview because I was pretty much interested in your domain, because probably in that specific domain we have never taken an interview. So considering that you did well. Again, the main aim of this session was to make you feel more confident tomorrow, day after tomorrow, whenever you are attending the interview. Now in front of 500, 600 people when you're watching, it will definitely give you a confidence. Yes, there were moments where you are nervous, but you handled it perfectly, because there will be similar kind of questions. Yes, that many people will not be saying, but yes, this will definitely give you a booster. And yes, you perform well. And yeah, best of luck for the future endeavors, right?
Thank you. Thank you. I'll write these 2 lines on my resume. So both of you said good things
Yeah.
about me. So
And
that
thank you
will
so
be.
much. Yeah. And thank you so much, guys. Who is watching this interview. So hope you have learned at least a little bit. Right, you have explored something new. This is what I'm assuming. Yeah. So if not, so please you can comment us, and then you can tell us okay, fine. So on this topic, that topic, so you are looking for a discussion, and for sure we'll try to bring these things forward. Yeah.
Thanks all the guys who are watching. Thanks everyone. Thank you.
So
Thank
thank you
you.
all. Thank you, Uday. Thank you, Sudhanshu. Thank you, Krish. And thank you all the guys who are seeing. Yes, we'll see you all in the next session. Have a great day. Bye bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you